What's up, y'all? I'm Mallory Davis, and today we're going to be talking about the Leica Q2. And is this something that you should purchase in 2025? I feel like all the rave right now is around fixed lens, everyday carry cameras. I've had a couple people reach out to me recently and say, hey, would you still recommend the Leica Q2? And y'all, wholeheartedly, definitively, I'm going to answer that right now. Yes, the answer is yes. This camera has absolutely become one with me. It just fits within my workflow, but there are a couple of things that really stick out that I think still make this a must buy if your budget allows here in 2025. If your budget is unending or you don't have a maximum, sure, buy the Q3 or the Q340, sure, go for it. But you can find some really good deals on Q2s right now. And here's a couple reasons that I still think this is an awesome camera in 2025. Something that I didn't buy this camera for, but has really become an integral part of my shooting and everyday carry kind of concept is the macro lens that's built in to this 28mm Summilux lens. And y'all, it's so easy. I don't have a macro lens for my Sony setup. So having this literally integrated within the same lens, so all I have to do is slide, minimizing that focal distance so that I'm able to get really up close and intimate to my subject has been such a game changer and has opened my world up to, should I buy a macro lens for my Sony kit? Another thing about this camera that I think is annoying, the images that it renders are magical. I don't know how else to explain it. I guess you could call it the Leica look. So cheesy, and I feel like so overdone. But y'all, it's true. Like, I carry this camera around and my wife and I joke, you can't take a bad photo with it, and it's kind of true. Like, even subjects somehow turn out to be incredibly gorgeous with the color, the way that the focus is just nailed. I don't know how to describe it. Such magical images. And when I look back and review each year of my keepers or top photos, the majority of my portfolio or shots that I find to be the most captivating or have the most soul, y'all, they come from this camera. Now, some pitfalls of, like, let's just be real, right? Like, you are at a fixed focal length that is 28mm. Is this the fastest camera when it comes to just turning on? No, it's slow. Is it the fastest autofocus? No, but that's not what it's for. It's an experience. It's meant to allow you to slow down and take your time with your image. It literally has a built-in focus ring, this manual focus style that's very reminiscent to its film predecessors, which I think is super cool and again harkens to the fact that you're meant to slow down and really enjoy the process of photography as opposed to spraying and praying with this camera. Another pitfall, I've said this in previous videos, is it does not have any ports where you can charge this with just like a USB-C. Proprietary Leica charger is huge and I hate traveling with it. Battery life is pretty good. Honestly, it's never died on me, which now that I think on it, that's actually really good. I did buy an aftermarket sort of compact charger that I do carry with me, which makes me feel a lot better about keeping my kit nice and small when I'm traveling. So a couple of things as well of how have I made this camera work for me and the way that I'm carrying it. I have actually two videos. One is sort of a discovery one and the other one is how I figured out how to do it, is getting Peak Design capture clips on here. These things are a must. They go on every single camera I have. And so to be able to integrate on this camera was a little bit tricky because these eyelets are tiny, but we figured that out, don't you worry. In terms of a strap, this lives on this camera. This is a Clever Supply Co. strap, and it has begun to mold to my neck. And like I said, it just lives on this camera and I think really brings the whole thing together really nicely with the Reporter edition and the brown. It's just like chef's kiss. And then one other little change, you may notice that I don't have the Leica lens hood that it ships with the unit. And reason being is it adds like a lot of depth to this camera, which typically isn't a big deal, but I like to carry this camera cycling with me. And in order for it to fit in my handlebar bag. I needed to minimize the width of the camera. So what I did was I lost the lens hood, but what I've done in order to protect this precious, precious glass is added a circular polarizer that was able to work with this 49mm ring. So it not only allows me to get nice contrasty skies and pull out some of those rich colors that I love, but it again protects my glass as well and keeps my kit as small as possible. If you're thinking about splurging and joining the Leica family, y'all, I can't recommend the Q2 enough. If budget allows and you can't reach for the Q3, check out a Q2. This thing has changed the way that I shoot. It's changed the way that I think about imaging. And again, some of my favorite images I've captured in the last 3 years have come from this magnificent and beautiful little camera. So let me know, are you thinking about a Q2? Do you own one? Have you upgraded? Where are y'all at with this everyday carry sort of compact fad and phase that we're in right now? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe is also awesome. But in the meantime, wishing you happy shooting, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bug. Done.